Critical Role spoilers through Campaign 3, Episode 58, but I wanted to respond to this comment that asks, can you explain everything we found out from Ludinus's journal and notes? Sure thing. So, quick refresher, after the Applebee's Soul Cycle, when the party got split, some of them ultimately ended up in Moalesmyr, where they explored Ludinus's ruined tower and found some of his notes. Now, in the tower itself, written on the walls were just some random annotations, notes, kind of scrawlings, and these had all been picked through, so they weren't able to glean too much from this. But a few things they did pick up were Ludinus's notes on just the different arcane cultures around Exandria, different customs and times and dates. In addition to that, he had a few names written down, one of which was Laren from Calamity, as people and experts to reach out to for more clarity. In addition to that, there were also notes about the Matron of Ravens, as Ludinus was obsessed with figuring out her name. Then as far as the actual physical notes that they took and went through later, in the first batch, it all dealt with divine energies and experimentation, ultimately leading to sketches and engineering blueprints for the harness, the power siphon harness that Belzhel's is now in possession of. So in addition to all of the construction notes about the harness, there are also notes concerning the Fey entities that Ludinus would go on to absorb with the harness. So there's mention of a map with a bunch of different Fey points on it, with I think 8 of 10 of them crossed off. And that is pretty much the first batch of notes. The second batch of notes are all about Ruidus. Ludinus is researching it, trying to figure out why it's shrouded in so much mystery, why are these superstitions all surrounding it, and he ultimately learns more and more about the truth of Ruidus and also about Ruidus borns. He's very sad that he himself is not a Ruidus born, but he also learns about just this divine unraveling surrounding Ruidus, and also rumors about an ancient primordial that was not sundered after the founding. It's also in this second batch of notes that Ludinus mentions reaching out and attempting to contact something and being successful. He calls it reaching into an alien dream. In the third and final set of notes that they find is all about this mysterious power source beneath Moalesmyr. Ludinus is researching this and hoping to ultimately utilize it in his experimentations in trying to contact that alien source, aka Predathos. But this is just all about that and about the rumors of maybe where this power source came from, that it was potentially lost by the Arkheart during the Calamity and then rediscovered here beneath Moalesmyr. But a lot of the notes from this section are ripped out or missing. So yeah, if you put all of this together, especially knowing what we know now in the current campaign, it's clear that these notes are just Ludinus figuring out the harness, how to give himself functional immortality, and then learning about Ruidus, learning about Predathos, and ultimately trying to build a connection with Predathos by utilizing that power source beneath Moalesmyr. And all this information actually plays into the past videos I've made about Ludinus recently. I know some people were confused about the corruption from the forest in Aor versus what happened to Moalesmyr, so hopefully this all kind of sheds some light on that. Thank you again for your question.